Let us not forget everything that happens is by the will of Allah. It's time to unite and stand, and we will be the best amongst men. It's not time to be extreme or do the unthinkable, but to stand together as one. To Sunnah followers streaming every day, various platforms. Trust me, you'll find a way. Sunnah followers.
This is Yusuf, and this is Ayub. And if you are benefiting like we are from the classes and the ongoing programming, or tuning into the Sunnahfollowers, please donate. Let this be an ongoing Sadaqah Jariyah on your behalf. You're helping the kids, the converts, and everyone seeking knowledge. And it's a wealth of information every day you tune in. Don't forget, you are being rewarded for your generous donations to keep this programming on air. You know, just like what you're hearing, put your dollar where the dollar's at, right here on Sunnahfollowers. Don't forget, donate. Right here to Sunnahfollowers and dollars at. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
From Sunnahfollowers. This is from Sheikh Saleh. We need to unite. Sisters, wear your hijab, wear your beards, be proud of your beards. Stay home, stay in your home. Stand up, unite, and stand for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
That's right, Solly. We all should stand up in solidarity, not transgressing the limits of Allah, but standing together with patience and understanding. This is Sunnahfollowers.
With dignity, humility, and balance.
One of these days, I'm going to get this right. Okay. In alhamdulillah, wa salat, wa salam ala wa rasulullah, guys. Welcome to the first class of the day for Sunnahfollowers online. And this is our Aqidah class. And before I go into the Aqidah class, I want to remind everybody that tomorrow, for the Ask Sister Layla live show, we have a special topic, a very special topic that many of you have asked for. We're going to be speaking about the dangers of following social media influencers, the dangers of following Muslim social media influencers. And we're going to have two special guests. An expert on this topic will be Brother Muhammad Ziada. You know, he works for the law enforcement for a law enforcement agency. He's going to be able to share with us his experience with the dangers of Muslim youth following these social media influencers. Also, we have Dr. Ibrahim. We will have Dr. Ibrahim Jamali with us, who will shed some light as to what Allah says about what some of the activities that these brothers and sisters are indulging and engaging in. And you have yours truly, me. You know, I'm a little expert on it too, you know, of the dangers of the Ruwaybida. Y'all know that's my thing. The Ruwaybida, how to recognize them. And they are social media influencers. So that's tomorrow at 9 p.m. from 9 to 11. Make sure you guys share that. I did put some ads up. There's different advertisements on the different social platforms. Please make sure you guys pay attention and share them with your Muslim friends, because we're going to break down the dangers of the Islamic social media influencers. That's tomorrow at 9. Also, another announcement before I start. Starting this Saturday, new classes. How many of you remember Dr. Ali? How many of you remember Dr. Ali Shahada? He used to teach here on my website 20, 30 years ago. Alhamdulillah, he's back. Dr. Ali, he has now joined with Aris Institute, which is the institute, the Islamic school that is run by Dr. Ibrahim Jamali. They're going to be teaching the science of hadith and the science of the Quran and Aqidah. This will begin this Saturday. It'll be every Saturday and Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So as you guys can see, we are now adding morning classes, morning lectures to our Sunnahfollowers lineup. So we'll be Dr. Ali Shahada. Y'all know he's walk like an Egyptian, just like me. All our teachers are, okay? And he will be teaching Aqidah and the science of Hadith on Saturdays and Sundays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, him and Dr. Ibrahim Jamali. I will stream it here. I will stream it all over. You know, this is from their school, and I will stream it live all over on all the platforms so everybody can benefit. And also, we have another a sheikh joining us, Sheikh Saud Hassani. Many of you have heard of him. He's one of the he's on the AMJA, American Muslim Jewish Committee here of America. He will be teaching classes here too. Inshallah, Dr. Ibrahim Jamali is hooking that up for us too. So we're adding new classes. We're bringing back some of our old, and we're adding some of the new, you know, to try to keep this dawah effort flourishing, to try to, combat the ruwaybida that are out there, the social media influencers. We're trying to combat them and their falsehood and replace it with the truth. Okay, so please make sure you guys subscribe to this channel, share it. For those of you on Twitter, Twitch, D Live, and everywhere else. And by the way, moderators, take care of that in the Zoom room. I don't know what that was that popped up on the screen, but can somebody handle that? That was weird. It was a pop and something popped up and went down. So handle it. But, inshallah, please share and subscribe to this channel and to Sunnahfollowers. So we're trying to get this dawah up and rolling, seriously. We've been doing this since 1986. Can y'all believe we've been sitting here on this internet streaming Islam in its truthfulness with the understanding of the companion since 1986? It's a long time. All right, so let's get started. Let me put that up. Okay, yeah. Well, hold on. Can y'all see now Twitch? Okay, there's Twitch, D Live, Trovo. Come see, come side too. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Okay, so let me put up here for the newcomers the book for today's class right here. Hold on, I got a thing for it, because I know y'all going to ask me the name of the book and where to get it. Yeah, Dr. Asim is still on Saturday too. Exactly. We're just adding more. Dr. Asim's class on Saturday will still continue to be at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dr. Ali, Shahada, and Jamali, they will be at 11 a.m. That's morning. That'll be our first morning class. We don't have any morning classes. That'll be our first one, and I'll be streaming it Okay, so those additions are not going to conflict with anything else that we have going. And when we do Sheikh Saud's classes, they will also not contradict either. Okay. Yeah, and it's the weekend, so that's even better. So the kids your children, a lot of the sisters here homeschool their kids, and they use my website's curriculum as part of their homeschooling. Yes, what Dr. Ali and Sheikh Dr. Jamali will be teaching your kids, especially your teenage kids, should take part in. Yes, so you can add that to your curriculum. Right. For those of you who are not with SafaUSA.org, Sheikh Kareem Abu Zaid's, which I really encourage y'all to, again, I cannot encourage it enough. You sisters need to talk to your husbands about putting your kids in SafaUSA.org. I know a lot of y'all are doing K through 12. That's the Kafir homeschool. Check out Safa USA, which is the Muslim homeschool. Because not only will your children be getting a secular education, but also an Islamic education. And Imam Ibrahim is over the Islamic Studies Department. And y'all remember him. He's the old here too. He's got his start teaching here at Sunnahfollowers. So you know his Aqidah is where it should be, along with Sheikh Kareem Abu Zaid. So y'all need to check out Safa USA. But for those of you who are using K through 12 homeschooling, yes, your kids can participate in any of these classes. Okay? And you can put it into your curriculum. All right. Okay, so let's get started. This is our Aqidah class, and we are studying from the book entitled Diluting Al-Wala Wal-Bara, Volume 2. This book is written by Sheikh Kareem Abu Zaid. This is Volume 2, which focuses in on how to nurture your faith when you're living in a non-Islamic environment, which most all of us are living in. All of us live in non-Islamic environments. Even those of you who live overseas. I got some sisters here. By the way, I'll be coming to visit y'all soon, inshallah. I got some sisters over here from the Emirates. And they can tell you how Islam is on the decrease for them. The kid, my God, the Emirates. It's all about the falus, the money, 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 money. So this is something that we all are struggling with, even those of us who live in Muslim populated lands. How to keep our faith strong when we're living in a non-faith centered environment. And today, we'll be picking up where we left off yesterday with pages 82 through 84. We're just doing 2 pages at a time because it's so much information. We've been speaking about how each and every one of us has the fitra within us. That's why you're not a revert. I don't want to hear any of you call yourselves reverts. My new shahadas, y'all got it? You are not a revert because you ain't reverting back to nothing. It's already there. It's always been there. You are a convert. Revert means go back to an original substance anyway. You are not made of liquid. What are you reverting back to? A sperm drop? Ugh. Convert. Yeah, the new sisters say, yeah, they don't use that word no more. Oh, mashallah. Sister Savannah says that she understands that she's a convert. She ain't no revert. Exactly, because her faith, her fitra was always there. Exactly. Oh, I'm proud of you, Savannah. You go, girlfriend. Exactly. The fitra has always been there. Always. So what are you reverting to? I can't stand the way they butcher the English language. So anyway, we've been speaking about how what happens to the fitra is it becomes extinguished or it becomes dim based on how your parents raise you This is for Muslims too, because some of us were just born Muslim. But were we raised upon Siratul Mustaqim? That's the question. A lot of us were not raised upon Siratul Mustaqim. So all of us come into this world with the fitra that used to be attached to the soul. It's now attached to your heart. And who can tell us, when does Allah move? When does the fitra leave the soul and attach to your heart anyway? When does that happen? When does that happen?
In the womb?
Exactly, when you're in the womb of your mother. When you're in the womb of your mother. Okay? So the fitra has never left. It's always been there. It was there before you even, where was the fitra before you were in the womb of your mother? Where was the fitra then? Before you entered your mother's womb, where was it? Anyone?
The soul.
Where was the, exactly. The fitra was in the soul. And where was the soul?
With Allah. In paradise.
Exactly. So the fitra has always been there. So I don't know why y'all call yourselves reverts. That's bad English. It's not the correct word. It doesn't mean that. Revert, look it up in the dictionary. It don't mean that anyway. Convert. If you were not raised upon the fitra, that means you were raised upon a different ideology. That means you were raised upon a different belief system. So what do when you hear the true belief system? You don't revert, you convert, because that's what the English word convert means. It means to adapt a new understanding, to adapt a new awakening. Look up the meaning of the word convert. Isn't that what you guys are? You adapted a new ideology, a new lifestyle, a new awakening. You are a convert to this religion. You left the past, ignorance, and you converted to the new knowledge, the new understanding. All right? Because that fitra never left anyway. It's always been there. It's going to stay there until you die. Then it's going to testify against you or for you on a day of judgment. Everybody got that? So we've been speaking about how to bring that light of fitra back into existence when it's been dimmed, when it's been, the lifespan has been dimmed. And so there's different things that can trigger it. And today what we're going to do is review from pages 82 through 84. Everyone take the book out. Volume 2, the red pill, not the blue pill, the red pill. And turn to page 82, because what Sheikh Kareem Abu Zayd does in these two pages is he goes over, he gives us more things that can trigger or ignite the light of your fitra. Okay, so let me put this down and share it. Hold on, let me and I want you guys, for those of you who are new, I tell all my students, and you guys are my students now too, when I put this PowerPoint up on the screen, because I use PowerPoint so y'all can see, Layla don't make up nothing. Okay? Make sure you take screenshots with your cell phone, and then at the end of the class, print the screenshots out with your printer, staple them together, and take a paper clip and clip them to page 82. So you will have the explanation. Because I'm going to tell you guys something. This is something that I was talking about the other day with Sheikh Kareem Abu Zayd. And Sheikh Kareem Abu Zayd will tell you this too. Even if you buy his books, don't think that you can read them on your own and then understand what's being said. You cannot teach yourself Islam. And this is the era in which we live in. You know, Muslims who are self-taught. They think they can teach themselves the deen, and they walk away with a terrible understanding of it. And even when you buy Sheikh Kareem Abu-Zayd's books, the only way you're going to understand the information and the material is if you learn from a person of knowledge like myself. And I'm not bragging or boasting, but I do know this is my thing. My thing is Aqidah and Hadith. Aqidah, Hadith. That's my thing. Okay? So you need a person of knowledge to explain to you what is going on in the book, what it means. Otherwise, you will have these beautiful books just sitting on in your library. You read it and walk away not knowing what the heck is going on. You don't know what a fitra is. You don't understand the soul. You don't know what's happening, who, what, where, when, why. What is this based on? So staple everything together. When you print out the PowerPoint, attach it to the page, because what I'm doing is breaking down what the Sheikh Kareem is saying in those pages, and you can always review it. And also, I want every one of you women to teach it to your children. First of all, your children should be in this class with you. My Sunnah follower kids, they're here. They're here. Put me on the big screen. Put lailanasheeba on your YouTube. By the way, I am live on YouTube right now. Turn on the TV. Thank you, Imam Siraj. Turn on the TV. Go to YouTube. Put it on channel Sunnahfollowers. I am streaming live. Your kids should be watching. They should be taking notes. They should be learning. And of course, I put a little humor in there. The kids think I'm funny. You adults don't get me, but the kids always get me. They say I'm kooky and they like it. Okay, they like my kookiness. Adults don't, but the kids do. So the kids should be paying attention, but I want y'all to print that stuff out so you can go over these pages again and teach it to your children. So let's take everything down so I can y'all can screen share. Y'all like my fireplace in the back? Yeah, I had to get some settings to help calm my anxiety. You guys know I have anxiety. All right, let's see. People on Zoom. I'm doing you guys first. I have to share Zoom, people. Okay, share you. Here we go, Zoomers. To that. And now, so my computer doesn't black, cut off the camera. I know I'm frozen for y'all, but just a second. It's temporary. Yeah, the brother showed me how to do this. Hold on. Y'all like that scene? Isn't that just soothing? You know, it helps with anxiety. Okay. And back to here. There you go. By the way, my bedroom looks like that. Y'all know I got a fireplace in my bedroom, and I'm always got incense candles burning, and I got a water fountain. You know, we got to keep it real. That's how we sisters roll. That's how we deal with anxiety. The life of a woman's job is never done. And y'all know we got a lot of issues. Okay, Mina, I got somebody on YouTube to help me here. Y'all can see everything, right? I'm getting ready to pop it up to make it one slide. Is that it? Can y'all see that? And Zoom, y'all can see everything?
Yes.
Okay, good. It's all one. Okay, so let's get started. And by the way, this is the book, the red book, Diluting El Wala Wel Bearer, the Unveiled Trilogy. This is book number 2, volume 2. Awakening Faith in a Non-Faith Center World. There's Kareem Abu-Zayd. MashaAllah. Okay, so now, and there's yours truly. That's me. You have a right to know who you're learning from. That's why my picture is on everything, and I got Kareem Abu-Zayd's picture up there, so you know who he is. So anyway, Today, we're going to be covering pages 82 through 84, which speaks about different things that can help to awaken the fitra. And I know we covered some of these things 2 days ago, but today we're going to go into more detail about how these these triggers can awaken it. So let's take a look. The awakening of an individual can be triggered and initiated by various factors, which we have already discussed. And of course, it differs from person to person. I want everyone listening to me to understand there's a misconception that some uneducated Muslims have. How many of you have heard Muslim women say, "You can't judge me. You ain't no different than me. We the same. You ain't no better than me, sister"? That's the first thing that a woman will say. Women suffer with that. That's why it's going to be more of us in hell than men. You try to correct a sister, your best friend, for doing something she shouldn't do, or you want to remind her of something Allah says, "You can't judge me. You ain't better than me." Well, that's incorrect. We are not the same. We are not equal. Allah tells us in the Quran, is the person who knows the same as a person who doesn't know? Even the prophets, alayhi salam, were not equal. Some were better than others. The ones that Allah mentions by name were better than the ones he doesn't mention. And those 5 who were messengers too are better than them all. So we are not equal. This is a misconception that many Muslim women have. They'll tell, "Oh, you the same as me." No, we're not. We're all on different levels in our relationship with Allah. We're on different levels in our faith and belief and practice. So that's why different things can trigger us in different ways. What may trigger you to fear Allah may not cause me to fear Allah. You probably can handle your financial situation. Maybe that's my weakness. If my bills don't get paid, I freak out. I get diarrhea. I get irritable bowel syndrome. But you can handle that. So we're all different. So what will awaken a person's light within their heart? It varies based on different factors from person to person. For example, for some of us, it takes a hardship. For many of us who are deeply immersed in worldly desires, you're so into the life of this world, making money, partying, living the life, traveling. You find that your inner fitra, becomes veiled. But then when something bad happens, that's when you turn back to your faith. That's when you say, "Oh, I want to make prayers now." How many of you know people like that? They don't pray, they don't wear hijab. Then when something bad happens in their life, next thing you know, the sister got a hijab on. The sister making her prayers. I got students like that. I can always tell when life is bad to some of my regulars, because some of my regulars don't come around. They may go a whole year without coming to this website, but then they'll pop up and people will say, "Wow, where's she been?" "Oh, she must be going through a divorce." "Oh, she must be having something bad happen," because we never see her. We never hear from her unless something bad happens. Then she wants to come and learn about the deen. Then she wants to start practicing. So for many of us guys, it takes a hardship in life to wake up their light. Okay? When we face hardships and the complexity of life, it prompts us to reevaluate our beliefs, to reevaluate our values, to reevaluate our priorities. And that can lead to a wake-up call for many of us. And this happens again to people who are so engrossed in their own worldly desires or their own whims. They forget, because life can cause you to forget your purpose. You so busy making money. You so busy partying, traveling around the world, that you forget that you were created to worship Allah. So something bad happens, it brings you back. Somebody dies in your family, that wakes you up. So this is one of the number one triggers. And I see it a lot as a daya. I can tell, like people say, Sister Layla, where's Sister so-and-so? She ain't been here in 5 or 6 months. Oh, she must have got married. How many of y'all heard me say that? Y'all asked me, where's so-and-so? I say, oh, she must be married. Life is going good for her. But when this man divorces her, we'll see her again. Or when something bad happens, she'll pop up. That's an example. All right. I want you to ponder the words of Allah. Allah says in the interpretation of the meaning, it is He who enables you to travel on land and sea until when you are in ships and they sail with them by a good wind and they rejoice at that. But then there comes a strong wind and the waves come to you from everywhere. And when you think that you are about to die, then you call upon Allah. Then you become sincere to Him in the religion. You say, if you can save us from this, then we will surely be amongst the good and thankful. That's what this verse is talking about. Something bad happens. Now you want to turn to Allah. When things are good, you don't think about Him. And we look at the Quran. There's other verses like this. We look at the authentic hadith. There's other hadiths like this that show that the inner light of the fitra, it becomes ignited during 2 special circumstances. Number 1 is when you find yourself in a state of powerlessness, a state of helplessness. How many of you sisters in my Zoom room, you here because you went through a divorce, something bad happened, but when you find another man, I won't see you again for 2-3 years, or until he divorces you, or until something bad else happens to you. That's the first instance in which a person will turn to Allah, when they're faced with powerlessness or helplessness. During these moments, the person realizes their limitations. They recognize their dependency on Allah. And this verse here captures the scene where individuals are sailing on a ship, happy, when suddenly a wind comes and the waves begin to bounce them around. They become afraid of being tip-sided. And that's when they turn to Allah, praying and asking for His help and showing gratitude. This happens to too many of us. Take a screenshot of this page, because I got a bunch of you in my Zoom room like that. You're only here because you're going through a problem. Then once your problems go away, I won't see you for another 2 years. Okay? We have to understand also that this verse addresses a recurring theme in the nature of the human being. We're ungrateful. Remember, the soul, when the fitra detached from the soul, it attached to the heart. And now the soul is ignorant by nature. The soul is attracted to everything bad and dirty. The soul is ungrateful because that good part of it detached. This verse shows the tendency of people to turn away from Allah once they are safely brought to land, once their hardship has ended. How many people, like I say, they only pray when something bad happens. You only wear hijab when something bad happens. Also, this verse serves as a reminder of how quick we are. It's the nature of the human being. It's the nature of the soul to forget too. Remember, Allah says in the Quran, man is forever forgetful. We're always forgetting. Adam, alayhi salam, forgot that he gave away 10 years of his life to David because he was so amazed with his fitra. Okay? So when times are good, that's when we forget the blessings and the favors of Allah. Okay? Also, this verse shows us that we can observe how to ignite our fitra during moments of helplessness, but it's also part of our nature to want to turn to Allah. That's the fitra. The fitra recognizes its purpose. The fitra understands that it's here to serve a purpose. So it's quick to think about Allah. Even those people, how many of you know people who are atheists, people who are Wiccan, people who are Buddhists? They claim that they don't believe in the Lord. But when something bad happens to them, you will find them, can I come to your church and pray? That's the fitra. So we learn from that verse that we should always remain grateful to Allah. We should do our best to remain connected to Him even after hardships have passed, to avoid falling in the trap of ungratefulness, which can dull that light and put us back to how we were before with a fitra that's been extinguished. And if we look around, guys, we find many people, maybe you, maybe me, who have undergone awakening due to calamities and challenges. For example, how many of you, when you were diagnosed with an illness or a near-death experience, now you practicing the deen? How many of you, you weren't practicing Islam until you were told that you got cancer? When you found out that you don't have much longer to live, now you're going to stop drinking. Now you're going to stop partying. Now you're going to stop smoking weed. A life-threatening illness can shake a person's sense of mortality and purpose. A life-threatening illness can cause us to want to deepen our connection to Allah. Also, losing a relative that we love, losing a mother, a father, a child. This too can propel you to want to reconnect with Allah. And for some people, a natural disaster, say there's a hurricane, a tornado, you escape it, alhamdulillah. Or your car, you get in a car accident, but you survive. These things can inspire a person to turn back to Allah and rely on Him. And also for other people, financial hardships. When you lose your job, you lose your car, you lose your home. This can humble you and prompt you to reassess your purpose in life and turn back to Allah. So again, there's many people who have ignited their fitra. Many of you converted to Islam because you were diagnosed with an illness. Many of you found your way to Islam after losing someone close to you. Many of you found your way to Islam due to a natural disaster or hardship. So these are all things that can propel us. Also, personal crisis. You go through a personal crisis that can motivate you to embark upon a quest of meaning and purpose. Drug addiction. How many of you used to be heroin addicts, crackheads? But you got sick of that lifestyle. You got sick of destroying yourself. So it led you on a spiritual transformation and you found Islam. Mental health struggles. A lot of people today suffer with mental health issues. That leads them back to Allah. So as you can see, guys, many different things can trigger the fitra. The fitra's light to reignite. And it's crucial for us to recognize that the impact of these challenges, they vary from person to person. While some of us find strength in our faith, others may find a different response through these type of things. For some of us, a personal crisis can make you stronger in faith. But for other people, a personal crisis can weaken them. So the awakening can serve as a guide for all of us as we navigate the complexities of life. Remember, guys, I want every one of you listening to me to understand. We were created to worship Allah. Allah put us here to test us. Life was never meant to be a bowl of cherries for any of us. There is no happiness in this world. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, this world is a prison for the believer. It's a paradise only for the non-believer. For the believer, we can learn to navigate life and we can find contentment here. But as far as true happiness, we will never experience that until we cross that Sirat bridge into paradise. So if you're one of those Muslims that think that this world, you're looking for happiness here, you're never going to find it. We're going to be tested over and over and over and over until we're purified of all our sins. Allah will give us moments of contentment. But it's just a moment. You may have a month or two where everything is okay. And then the next month, Allah is going to throw you a curveball. That's what we were created to do, to show Allah if we can handle those curveballs or not. But take solace in knowing that no matter what you are faced with in this world, guys, Allah will never throw you a curveball that you can't handle. Be it cancer, be it divorce, be it the loss of a loved one, whatever hurdle Allah throws at you, He'll never put a hurdle that you can't handle. So you bear it with dignity, humility, and balance, knowing that it's just a test. And you will be rewarded, inshallah, in the hereafter. All right, so let's take a look at the quiz. One question today, just one question, because a lot of this was repetitious. What are some triggers in life that may awaken your fitra? That's the question. What are some triggers in life that may awaken your fitra? Go ahead, get started. Anyone?
Loss of money or financial stability.
Good job. Loss of money, loss of your financial stability. What's another trigger?
Loss of a loved one or something that you've been addicted to for a long time and you're trying to get away from it.
Good job. Good job. Great triggers. What's another one?
Your sickness and health.
Good job. Sickness, health. Oh my God. A lot of my students here, my students are being tested with that one. A lot of you are being tested with your health, with sickness and all of that. And alhamdulillah, I have to say, I am so proud of you. I am very proud of how my personal students are handling their trials. Sister Anissa, May Allah forgive her of all her sins. Sister Anissa, guys, is being tested with one of the biggest trials of her life. You know, she has diabetes. And they've been trying to not have to cut off her foot. That's a big trial for her. But alhamdulillah, Sister Anissa is handling it. You know, she's in submission to Allah. She's in acceptance of whatever his qadr may be. Then I have other sisters here who are dealing with heart issues. Because we get old. Heart issues. Strokes. High blood pressure. But mashallah, these sisters are handling it with dignity, humility, and balance. Understanding that these health issues are purifications for them, are means of them being forgiven for their sins should Allah take it to the next level. And that's something we need to think about. Death can come at any moment. None of us were created to live forever. I can fall out my chair and die right now. She can die of a heart attack. She can die of high blood pressure. She can die of diabetes. But long as we keep in mind that this is a test to see if I am going to ask Allah, why are you doing this to me? Or if I am going to say, Alhamdulillah, Subhanallah, La ilaha illallah, and remain in submission to him, it becomes a means of forgiving me of my sins. So should I have a stroke and die? Should I die of diabetes? Should I fall out this chair? Alhamdulillah, I die in good standing with my Lord, purified of my sins. And inshallah, I'll be that green, beautiful bird flying around the throne of Allah. So that's the way we have to look at life when we're faced with sicknesses. The same with death. You know, it's hard to lose a loved one. It's hard. But we have to remind ourselves when it happens that nothing, no one was meant to be here forever. Death is a part of life. We have to accept it. We have to keep it moving. Make dua for the person if it was a Muslim. Inshallah, we'll see each other again. Okay? And keep it moving. We have to strike that balance, guys. Strike that balance when calamities, adversities happen to us. Good job. What's another trigger besides death and sickness?
A divorce.
Child with your children.
Children. That's one of the biggest trials. I'm going to tell you guys how I personally deal with that. A lot of the sisters will come to me and complain, oh, Sister Layla, you know, my children. Yes, they're the biggest test. One of the things that helped me to deal with my attachment to my child, I only got one, but I got grandkids. You keep in mind that Allah tells us, your children do not belong to you. They don't belong to you. They belong to Allah. They were simply a loan that Allah gave to you to test you with, to see if you'll be able to handle whatever fitna can come from it. So that's how I deal with it. My child don't belong to me. She belongs to Allah. She's a test for me. Do I love her more than I do Allah? I know I did my best raising her. I raised her to be Muslim. I raised her upon Sirat al-Mustaqim. If she chooses to take on a different way, it ain't my fault. Ce n'est pas ma fault. It's her fault. That's her choice. Okay? She don't belong to me anyway. She was just a test, just a loan. So if we keep the right perspective when it comes to our relationships with other people, That's how we strike the balance. The same with your husbands. You sisters have to understand your husbands don't belong to you. He belongs to Allah. He don't belong to you. If you keep that in mind, you can balance, strike the balance. So if you got to let him go, you can let him go. Should something happen in a marriage not work? Well, he didn't belong to me anyway. We're just partners. Temporarily here. Maybe we'll enjoy each other. Maybe we won't. That's why we have to strike the balance when it comes to our love too. I talked about that the other day. There's a thin line between obedience and worship. Don't love nobody more than yourself, except Allah and the Prophet. Then you can keep that balance. Yeah, he's my husband, but he doesn't belong to me. That's how you can handle when he remarries somebody else. Who said that because you marry a man, he belong to you? Allah tells you he can have other wives. So look at it like that. He ain't mine. We might be temporary. And I don't belong to him. I belong to Allah. So if we keep everything in the proper perspective, guys, then we can balance it out and handle the trials of life. What's another trigger? What's another trigger besides
car accidents, hurricanes, flood, or any mental like breakdown you might have?
Okay, natural disasters.
Yeah.
Understand that everything. How can we handle natural disasters? Again, it's a test too. We were put here to be tested. Allah took away my house. Allah caused that flood to see if my love for this world was greater than my love for the hereafter. Remember, Allah tells us in the Quran, everything is temporary. Nothing is forever here. So the hurricane came. It took away my house. I lost everything. Well, nothing here was permanent anyway, but I'm still here. I'm still living. That means I got another chance to prove myself to Allah. That stuff was material. That stuff can be replaced. But Allah left me here. He left me standing here living. So that's how you deal with natural disasters. What else? What's another one? Mental health. Now that's a little different. A lot of us have mental health issues nowadays. A lot of Muslims suffer with it. I think it's from all the inbreeding. I have to say it. Cousin marrying cousin. We took in all these different these sicknesses. We passed them along. So we have a high problem with mental illness. With mental illnesses, we need to seek mental help. We go to a doctor. We got to remember that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us that for every sickness, Allah has sent a treatment. So take the treatment. Anxiety, there's a treatment for it. Schizophrenia, there's a treatment for it. Loneliness, there's a treatment for that too. Okay, the treatment for anxiety, the treatment for loneliness is to reevaluate your purpose. Ask yourself, am I balanced? Why am I so anxious? Why am I so anxious? Am I giving more priority to this thing? I got to balance life out. That's with me because I suffer with anxiety. My website. Am I putting too much emphasis on that? Let me get up. Let me work out. Let me exercise. Let me get in my car and drive around the block. Let me call Latifah and kick it with her for a minute. Let me get my grandkids over here and fuss at them or something. Okay. Maybe I'm giving too much attention here. Okay. Good job. Personal failures. Good job, Fatima. Personal failures. How do we overcome that? Understand that perfection only belongs to Allah. Allah put us here to test us. None of us are going to succeed at everything. We will fail. Allah will want you to fail. He wants us to fail so that we can be reminded that He is Allah, that perfection belongs to Him, not to you, not to me. Personal failures keep you humble. Humble. You don't want to be like Pharaoh. You don't want to be like the unbelievers who think that perfection belongs to them. So that's how we handle that. We get up, wipe ourselves off, and try it again. That didn't work. I failed at that. Let me brush it off and try again, and try again, and try again. Okay, what's some more? Addictions. Good job. Addictions. Addictions and obsessions. That takes a lot of us out. And again, that comes from, huh? What?
Yeah, I apologize you were talking, but I said loneliness.
Yeah, we did loneliness. Yeah, loneliness. Addictions, they come from, again, they take a lot of us out. That comes from, again, not trusting in Allah. We have to, again, as y'all can see, all these different issues that we face as human beings, Allah got the answer for them all. Allah got the cure for them all. It's just that we have to learn this deen. Allah tells us why these things happen. The Prophet Muhammad explained why these things happen. And by the way, Brother HK, I was looking for you. You got to learn Arabic. Do you know what the word shirk means? Shirk does not just mean associating partners with Allah. Shirk means disbelief. You have to, instead of always calling out the people of knowledge, brother, we the people of knowledge for a reason. You don't even speak Arabic. Shirk means disbelief. That's what the word shirk means. Disbelief. Allah forgives all sins except disbelief. And there are some sins. Suicide, Brother HK. I don't care who you talk to. Suicide is a sin of disbelief because the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Prophet Muhammad, he said suicide is a sin of disbelief. Why? The Prophet said because the person that took his own life gave up hope. And in order to be a believer, you have to have love, hope, and fear. So I don't care who you talk to, HK. We follow the Prophet Muhammad at Sunnahfollowers. You understand? And we don't teach unless we qualify. And we speak Fusha here. Okay? And I keep telling you guys, there are certain sins of disbelief out there. Brother HK, go learn them. Go learn the sins of disbelief and then come argue with me. Y'all got it? Go learn before you come and debate. Then you don't have to walk around wearing egg on your face. Learn to listen. Learn from the people of knowledge instead of trying to debate with them. We're going to talk about that tomorrow too in our Q&A session with Dr. Jamali and Brother Muhammad Ziyada. Dangers of social media influencers. Again, Islam, I hope you guys see this religion. Allah said, I perfected and completed your religion. There is nothing that Allah forgot, Brother HK. There is nothing that Allah left out. Even Allah says in the Quran, anyone that takes his own life will be in hell forever. That's a verse in the Quran. Who are you to try to say Allah is a liar? Who are you to question what Allah says? Instead, you should say, even though I don't understand how, even though I don't understand how suicide is a sin, I accept because Allah said it, because the Prophet said it, and that's the end of it. You don't have to go ask no come a dime a dozen. Allah says it. The Prophet said it. When Allah and his messenger speak, we shut up. This is what Muslims today don't understand. When Allah speaks, when the Prophet speaks, you shut up. Especially when you don't even know what the word shirk means. Sit down and learn the deen, people. And I'm not talking to you, HK. I'm speaking to other people, everybody, because this is one of the things that makes us angry as Daya. I'm not talking about you. I'm speaking in general. You Muslims out there, y'all question. Y'all ask too many questions. You don't think. You think you know this deen when you don't know nothing. You have no respect. You have no respect for the elders. You have no respect for the true people of knowledge. Y'all want to put people down because of their color, their gender. You got problems, Muslims. And you wonder why Allah is sending war. Allah is sick of it. And I'm sick of it. Okay? But one thing about lailanasheeba, she ain't gonna let nobody come in her home and try to jump crump with her. Period. Dot. All right? Okay. So again, guys, for all these ailments that we have in life, be it financial, be it mental, be it emotional, Allah tells us, he's given us the guidance as to how to handle them. We just have to learn this religion and learn the religion the correct way from the bona fide, qualified people of knowledge instead of listening to idiots. Because that's the problem today. We listen to idiots just talk about this religion and they don't know what they're talking about. They don't have no understanding of a simple word or anything else. All right. All right. Any other questions or comments? I knew he was going to come in here with that junk. Brother HK. Yeah, I knew he was going to come in here with that crazy stuff. You need to stop typing and learn from me. I'm old enough to be your grandmother. I keep telling you. Don't think because I'm a woman, I'm less than you. Brother, I ain't less than nobody. Don't you know Layla's a warrior? Hello, warriors, come out to play. That's Layla. Don't think because I'm some woman, you can come in here and talk to me like that. Wrong one. Yeah, I knew you was going to come in here with that junk. I knew it. I said, he going to come in here trying to call me out because he don't know what the word shirt means. I knew it. And sure enough, he came. Suicide is a sin of disbelief. Every person of knowledge knows that. And by the way, make sure you parents tell your children that. That's one of the sins that ain't no coming back from. Allah forgives all sins except for disbelief in him. And anyone who takes their own life does not believe in Allah because they gave up hope. The Prophet Muhammad said, whenever we give up hope, there's no more belief in Allah. Tell your children that so they'll stop trying to kill themselves because they're listening to nincompoops. Brother HK, Shirk is an Arabic word that means disbelief. You can go ask any Arab. Shirk means disbelief. Brother, I'm not going to argue with you. Arabic is not English. One Arabic word means 10 different things. Shirk does not just mean worship Allah. It also means disbelief. And it also means a plowing, a seed. I mean, it also means to hide. That's it. It also means to hide. Shirk has about 15 different meanings. Go learn Arabic before you come in here arguing with me. Do you want me to bring Dr. Jamali in here? Or call up Dr. Asim, who has a PhD in Fusha? Why don't you go ask them brothers to tell you what shirk means? It means to hide. It means to disbelieve. It means to ascribe. It means a lot of things. That's Arabic. You can't even speak proper English, so don't try to speak Arabic. Get out of here with that. All right, any other questions, guys? I don't need to get upset with this little man today. Any other questions? Was it clear today, Sister Mina? Mina and you guys?
Yeah, it's clear.
How we can handle our different situations. So for all the trials that we face in life, guys, Allah gives us a way. We just have to learn how to handle them. Okay, because these things happen. You know, one thing that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us to look at the good in everything, even the bad things that happen to us. Because if you look to the good in all the bad that happens, it will also trigger your fitra. Y'all understand that? Does everybody understand? Bad things happen, but if you look to the good in that bad, it's going to reawaken, reignite that light. All right, I'm going to stop right here. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Let me remind everybody we have a hadith class tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And please, guys, let everybody know about tomorrow's Q&A. Let me put that on here again. Tomorrow's Q&A show tomorrow will be this. Okay. All right, guys. So I'll be logging back on, inshallah, at 9. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. That's good, Sister Fatima. That's what I'm hoping. That's why I love to talk about this fitra and stuff, because it's going to make you stronger. That's what it's all about, building up your iman, bringing you closer to Allah. If we can get past the distractions from the awliya of shaitan, then we can get stronger as Muslims and really benefit here. All right, so I'll be back, inshallah, at 9.